So in this video, we will learn how to write an essay quickly using OpenAI. So in this video, we are going to set up an automation for students or all of those people who are working in the content creation sector. So using this automation, you can automatically generate some content, some articles, some essays using OpenAI. So in this automation, we have selected Google Sheet as a trigger application. So in our Google Sheet, we are adding a new row of data like the title or the prompt or what kind of content you want to generate. Then after that, after adding those details into the Google Sheet, automatically using OpenAI in this automation, we will be generating some content. We will be generating or creating the essay. And after that, after generating that content, we are going to add that same content as a new document in our Google Docs account. And at last, not only this, we are going to update the link of that Google Doc into the same Google Sheet in front of that title or that topic. Now guys, how you can set up this automation and how you can automatically generate the essays quickly using OpenAI. To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Sheets to OpenAI to Google Docs. And then just click on Create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is in our Google Sheet, we are adding the content, the topic on which we want to write the essay. So here I have created a Google Sheet where I have created 4 different columns. In the first column, I am adding the title, that on what topic I want the essay to be. Then here in the second column, it is written prompt. So prompts are basically some kind of instruction which we will be giving to OpenAI. On the basis of that prompt, OpenAI will give us the response. So here I have written a prompt as write an essay on automation and integration for 8th class students. So this is the prompt, the instruction which we are going to give to OpenAI. And according to this, it is going to write the essay for us. Then I have added a column of date and then here you have a column of document length. So guys, the automation will be first, we will get these details, all the data of a new row of a new topic from Google Sheet inside Pabbly Connect. So we are going to connect our Pabbly Connect account with Google Sheet and get this data. Whenever in a new row, we add the title, prompt and date. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will send these details to OpenAI. And using OpenAI, we are going to generate the essay. OpenAI is going to write an essay for us for the same prompt which we are entering in our Google Sheet. Then after writing that essay, in our Google Docs account, we are going to generate a new document, a new doc for the same essay which OpenAI has written. So from OpenAI, we will get the essay, we will get the content, and that content we are going to add in a Google Doc. And at last, we are going to update the link of that same Google Doc in our Google Sheet over here. So let's see guys how it is done. Now beginning with our step 1, first we have to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. So to make this connection, here in trigger window in choose app, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. And then in trigger event from the drop down, select new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. And how you can do that? You just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here. And after copying it, go to your Google Sheet which you have created. After reaching to your sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. And after reaching to this Get Add-ons page, here you can see that we have reached to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, search for Pabbly Connect Webhook. Here it is. And as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheet. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. And after refreshing it, once again we will go to Extensions, and this time you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box appears in front of us. And here guys, in this box, it is basically asking us three different things. First one is the selected sheet, and here guys, by default it has selected sheet 1. So guys, it is most likely possible that in your Google Sheet, you may have created multiple sheets over here. So from which sheet you want to send the data to Pabbly Connect, you have to select that sheet over here. So I have selected sheet 1 because sheet 1 is the only sheet which I have right now created in this Google spreadsheet. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. Now here guys, in this webhook URL section, we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. And at last, it is asking us trigger column. Now here you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet. For example, here in the background, you can see that we have 4 columns, data in 4 columns, but column C is going to be my trigger column because it is the last data entry column in which I am going to manually enter some data. After column C, in column D, after completing this automation, we are going to update the link of the document. But column C is going to be the last data entry column in which we are going to enter some data. So we will be selecting column C as the trigger column. But instead of column C, if you have added more than these columns in your Google Sheet or less, you can basically select any column as your trigger column. You just have to ensure that it is the last data entry column of your Google Sheet. And after entering our trigger column, just click on Send Test button. After clicking on Send Test, here it is showing us test data sent successfully. This means the data of the first row after the headers. That means the data of the row number 2 is been sent to Pabbly Connect till our trigger column. Means automation and integration as title. Write an essay on automation and integration for 8th class student is the prompt, and this date. This data is sent to Pabbly Connect. So let's check it. We will go to Pabbly Connect workflow. And yes guys, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the same data over here. We have the same title. Also, you can see the same prompt which we have entered in our Google Sheet can be seen over here. The same date, and also we have the row number of the row, that from which row we have received the data, that is row 2. Now this means the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. Now just click on this submit button over here, and then it is showing us setup configured successfully. After doing this guys, once again we have to go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and this time we have to select this send on event option. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new data is added in a new row in our Google Sheet till our trigger column. So whenever we will be adding a new title, a new prompt, and a new data will be added in a row till our trigger column, immediately, instantly that data will be sent to Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will be triggered. So guys, here we have successfully completed the step 1 of setting up this automation. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, using this prompt, we have to generate some content from OpenAI. We have to generate an essay for this prompt using OpenAI. And to do so, we just have to scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for OpenAI. Just select it. And then in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Generate Content. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. So here guys, we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get this API key. So to get it, just go to your OpenAI account, log into your OpenAI account. On the right side, click on this profile option and then click on this View API Key button. After clicking on View API Key, here you can see a list of all the API keys which you have created in OpenAI. And by clicking on this Create New Secret Key button, here you have just now generated a new API key. Just copy this newly generated API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And then just click on Save. And as we click on Save, we can see that our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is select AI model. And in the drop-down below, here you can see a list of all the AI models, all the AI engines which OpenAI offers. Out of this, we are going to use this Text DaVinci 003, the most used, the most common model over here. So we have selected the AI model using which we want to generate the content, we want to write the essay. Then after this, it is asking us for the prompt. Now here in prompt guys, basically we have to enter the instruction that what we want OpenAI to do for us. So we have entered the prompt in our Google Sheet and we have received this Google Sheet data, this Google Sheet response over here in Pabbly Connect. So from this trigger response of Pabbly Connect of Google Sheet, we have to basically map this response of prompt over here in this field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, here you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from OpenAI. So after guys, from all of these responses, just select this response of prompt and it will be mapped over here. So whatever text, whatever prompt we are going to enter in this column B while adding a new row, with the same prompt, with the same instruction, OpenAI is going to generate some content for us. Then after prompt, it is asking us max token. And the help text below it says, enter the maximum number of tokens to generate the content. Max limit is up to 2048 token. Default value is 256. So here guys, we have to enter that how many tokens at max OpenAI can use to generate the content or write an essay for this particular prompt. So here the maximum amount which we can enter is 2048 tokens, but the default value is 256. So here you can enter as many tokens as you want. For example, one token can generate up to 4 characters approximately in English language. So according to your requirement, you can enter the number of tokens over here as well. So here I'm just keeping it blank. I will be using the default value of 256 tokens over here. Then after this, it is asking us select sampling type. And here in the drop down below, you can see there are two different types of sampling. First one is the temperature sampling and second one is the nucleus sampling. So what are these? To know it, let's go to our OpenAI account. We'll just go to OpenAI and Playground. So here guys, after reaching on the Playground, on the right side here you can see all the options, like you have 3 different modes of complete, the second mode is insert and the third one is the beta. Then here you can see the model of AI engines which we have selected. We have selected Tax DaVinci 003 as the model. Then it is asking us temperature. So basically the temperature actually controls the randomness of the content. Lowering results is less random completions. As the temperature approaches 0, the model will become deterministic and repetitive. So to generate repetitive content, you just have to make this temperature as low as possible, close to 0. And to generate some kind of a little unique content, you have to increase this temperature value. Then here you have maximum length, that how many maximum tokens this OpenAI can consume to generate one single result. Then you have an option to stop sequence. Then here it is asking us stop P, basically the nucleus sampling. So it actually controls the diversity of the content which we are actually creating. Then it is asking us frequency penalty. So here in frequency penalty, using this guys, how much to penalize new token based on their existing frequency in the text so far. Decrease the model's likelihood to repeat the same lines over here. So here guys, if you decrease this value, it will most likely repeat the same lines over here in the content generated. Then here you have the presence penalty, that how much token you want to use or how much token you want to consume in order to talk about the new topic. And at last you have the best of. So if you change the best of to, for example, 5, then for a single content creation guys, basically OpenAI will consume 5 times more token than you have selected as maximum length over here. So here guys, basically what OpenAI will do, it will generate 5 different results for the same prompt which we have given, and out of all of these 5, whatever best of number you select over here, out of all of them, it will basically consume or it will basically select the best content which it has generated and that give us that in response. So here guys, if you want to get the best of the best content from it, you can just increase this value, but it will also multiply the consumption of token of your OpenAI account. So guys, in this way, you can actually calibrate that what kind of content you want to generate using OpenAI. So here in sampling type, I'm selecting just temperature sampling, and here in sampling value, presence penalty, frequency penalty and stop sequence, we are just using the default values. So the sampling value of temperature sampling is basically 0.7, it is the default value, so we are selecting it. The presence penalty default value is 0, it basically varies from -2 to 2. So here guys, we are selecting 0 as the default value, and the value of frequency penalty is also 0. It also varies from -2 to between 2. So we are selecting default values over here. Also, we are not adding any kind of stop sequence, so we can just ignore it for now. And also we are just selecting best of one. We just want to generate one content. We don't want to get the best of multiple contents right now. If you want, you can change this best of over here as well. And after selecting or entering all of your required details over here, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see a response named as Choice 0 Text. And here guys, in this response, you will see a complete essay on the same prompt, on the same instruction which we have given to OpenAI. So here we have given the instruction, the prompt to OpenAI to write an essay on automation and integration for 8th class student. And for that, it has automatically generated the content over here, as you can see in the response. Automation and integration are two processes that are becoming increasingly important in the modern world. And here you can see the complete essay over here. So in this way, you can generate content or essay using OpenAI. Now after generating it, here we can see that the step 2 of setting up this automation is also completed. Now let's move to step 3. And in step 3, we want to add this same content as a new document in our Google Docs account. For that, just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button, and here in Choose App, search for Google Docs. Select Google Docs. And after that, here in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create a Blank Document. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Docs account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Sign in with Google button, and then here just select your Google Docs account. Scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, here you can see that our Google Docs account gets connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the only thing it asks us is the name of the document. That what is the name of the document we want, which we are generating, which we are creating. So we have added the title of the essay in our Google Sheet, and we have received that response in Pabbly Connect in our trigger window. And I want this title of the essay to be the name of the document in which we are going to save our essay. We are going to save the content which we have generated from OpenAI of an essay. So here we are going to map the same response of title over here in this field of document name. Just click here, and from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, select the response of title and it will be mapped over here. After mapping this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, a new document by this name Automation and Integration is generated in our Google Docs account. So here guys, we will just go to our Google Docs account and check that whether a new document with the name Automation and Integration is created there or not. So we'll just go to Google Docs, and yes guys, here you can see that a new document is generated over here with the same name. It is a blank document right now. We haven't added any kind of text, any kind of content over here, but this new document is automatically created. So here guys, the next step is also done. Now what we have to do, we have to add this essay, we have to add this content generated by OpenAI to this same document, same newly generated document over here. So here guys, after creating this document in response, when you will scroll down, we will find that at last we have received a response named as document ID. So using this document ID in the next step, we will be adding the content generated by OpenAI in this same document, in the same Google Doc. Now to do this, just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button, and then here in Choose App, search for Google Docs once again. Select Google Docs. And then in Action Event from the drop down, this time we have to select the action event as Append a paragraph to a document. Just select this, click on Connect, and because we have connected our Google Docs account in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can just select the existing connection and click on Save. After clicking on Save, it is asking us the document, that in which document we want to append this paragraph. So here in the drop down below, you will see a list of all the documents which we have created in Google Docs. So here guys, what we have to do, from the drop down, we don't have to select this document. We just have to turn the mapping button in front of it on, and we have to clear this default value. After clearing this default value, as I told you, after creating this new document, here in response, we have received a response of document ID. And we have to map this response of the same newly generated document ID over here in this document field. Just click here, and from the drop down from Google Doc responses, select the response of document ID. Just select it and it will be mapped over here. Then it is asking us inserted text, that what is the text we want to append in this document, what is the text we want to add in this document. So we want to add the text at the content generated by OpenAI. So we are going to map this response of text generated by OpenAI over here. Just click here, and from the drop down from OpenAI responses, map this response over here. After mapping it, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here we have received a response, and it is a positive response once again. This means this doc text is added in this particular document, the same document which we have just now generated in the previous step. So let's check it. We will go to Google Docs, and yes guys, here you can see that the same text is now added in our Google Doc over here with the same Google Doc which we have just now generated with the title which we have entered in a Google Sheet. So guys, till now using this automation, what we have done, we have just added a new row of title and prompt in our Google Sheet. Then after adding it, automatically using OpenAI, we are going to write an essay. We are going to generate some content according to this prompt which we have added in our Google Sheet. Then after generating the content, we have created a new blank document in our Google Docs account. And in the next step, in the same newly generated document, this means for every new topic, every new row of data we add in our Google Sheet, we are going to generate a new document in Google Docs. And then in the same document, we have updated the content, the essay which OpenAI has written for us. Now guys, what we have to do, we just have to update the link of this document in which we have added the content in our Google Sheet over here in this document link section. But guys, here you will notice one thing in this document, that the share permission of this document is private to only me. First, what we have to do, we have to change the share permission of this document. And how you can do that using automation, you just have to get back to our workflow, click on this Add Action Step button over here, and then here in Choose App, you have to search for Google Drive. Select Google Drive. So here guys, as we all know that all the Google Doc files are stored in our Google Drive. That is why we have selected the application as Google Drive. And here in Action Event from the drop down, we have to select the action event as Share a file with anyone. Click on Connect, select Add New Connection, connect your Google Drive account. The same Google Doc account which we have connected, we have to use the same account to connect our Google Drive with Pabbly Connect as well. And then just click on Continue. And then our Google Drive account will also get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the only thing it asks us is the file ID, that of which files share permission we want to change. So here guys, once again, we will turn this mapping button on. We will just clear this field, and from Google Doc responses, we will map this response of document ID, that this is the document, this is the file whose share permission we want to change. And after changing it, after mapping this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response says that the new file which we have just now generated and in which we have added the content, the essay written by OpenAI, the share permission of this file is now changed to share anyone with the link. So let's check it. We will go to the same doc. And yes guys, here you can see that just now a few seconds ago, the share permission of this file was private to only me. But now it has changed to anyone with the link. So this means that this step is also successfully done. Also in this response of Google Drive, what you can see the PDF link of this same document which we have generated. Just copy this link from here, go to a new tab and paste it over here. And then here you can see that the PDF file of the same document is now downloaded in our system. Let's open this file. And yes, here you can see the same document over here. Also guys, in this same response, you will get the Webview link of the same document. By copying this link and pasting it in a new tab, we will see the same Google Doc document will be opened in front of us. So what we want to do, we want to update this Webview link of this newly generated document with content in our Google Sheet over here. So for that, for one last time, just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button, and then here in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Select Google Sheets. And then in Action Event from the drop down, select the action event as Update Cell Value, because we just want to update some content, some data in this particular cell. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to once again connect our Google Sheets account. And to make this connection this time, click on this Sign In with Google button, select your Google Sheets account, the same sheet account which we have connected in trigger window. Just scroll down and click on continue. And after clicking on continue, here you can see that our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, it is asking us spreadsheet, that in which spreadsheet we want to update this data. We want to update this link or update the cell value. So we have the spreadsheet named as essay topics. So in this same spreadsheet, we want to update the data. So from the drop down, select essay topic as the spreadsheet. Then it is asking us to select the sheet. So from the drop down, we have to select this same sheet. And then it is asking us for the range, that what is the range of the cell in which we want to update the value. So here you can see that the range of this cell is D2. But guys, here every time we are going to enter a new row, the row number in this range will be keep on changing. Like this time here it is D2, then it will be D3, D4, D5. This means column D is going to be a constant. So we will just manually enter the column D. But guys, in trigger response from Google Sheet, here you will notice that we have also received the row number in the response, the row index. And from here, from the trigger response of Google Sheet, just map the row index over here. So in this way, we are going to create the range. So the column D is going to be the constant, but for whatever row we are getting this data, we are writing the essay or generating the document. In the same row in column D, we will be updating the link of the document. And here guys, in value at last, what we have to do, we wanted to update the Webview link of the document. So from the drop down from Google Drive responses, map the response of Webview link over here, and then just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that this value has been updated in this particular cell of this sheet. So let's check it. We'll go to a Google Sheet. And yes guys, here you can see that the same link, the same URL is now added over here. When we'll click on this link, you can see the same document is open in front of us. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, you can automatically generate essays using OpenAI. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time as well. So we will go to our Google Sheet, and this time we are going to enter a new title over here. For example, I'll enter a title as Pabbly Connect. And then I'll write a prompt as write an essay on Pabbly Connect automation. Then let me add a date, for example, tomorrow's date, that is 12th of January. And it is done. So just now in a Google Sheet, in a new row, we have added a title, a prompt, and a date. And we will see within few seconds, automatically using this prompt, a new content will be generated in OpenAI. And then we will be adding that content into a document in our Google Doc account. And the link of that Google Doc is updated in the same row. And yes, here you can see the link. When we will click on this link, you will see that the name of the document is the same name as title, which we have entered in our Google Sheet. And here you can see an essay written according to the same prompt which we have given over here in the Google Sheet in the same doc. And the doc link is also automatically updated in our Google Sheet. Now this means guys, the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And we have tested this automation in real time. So guys, not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can actually clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.